I'm Benson and welcome to my channel.
It's you and I.
Today I'm going to show you a coffee machine by DeLonghi, and it's the beans to cup type of coffee machine. Now we have been drinking coffee from our capsule type of coffee machine for quite a few years now, and we decided to make a switch because this is supposed to give you a more fresh flavor coffee, and also the capsules that we used to buy is not very environmental friendly. We used to throw away or recycle a lot of them. We're in my kitchen today and I'm going to open it and show you guys what is in there and maybe demonstrate to you guys how the machine works. If it is good, bad, you be the judge. First of all, this machine, we bought it with our own money. This is not a sponsor video. So we needed a coffee machine, therefore my wife chose this one here. In front of the box, that is how the machine will look like, and it's by the company DeLonghi. Packaging wise, it is quite heavy, and the box is still intact, which is always a good sign. We bought it from Amazon, and usually Amazon have quite a good return policy, so if it is not good, we can always return it, usually without any problems. Okay, the typical box in a box. So the outer box is only for transportation, and there is another box inside, which is the big company logo right there. Now we chose a brand that we kind of dealt with before. I myself haven't done the research. My wife bought this one, so it'll be nice to see firsthand what it looks like. Obviously I chose to do the hard way, which is upside down. Very nice packaging, I think. Very colourful box on the side. On the side where it shows you can make 2 cups of coffee at one time. It does have one of those froth, the steam come out to froth up your milk, heat up your milk. I do like a nice cup of coffee, and you know, when you go out to buy a cup of coffee, it can cost you easily like 3 or 4 quid in London. One of the reasons why the coffee is so much nicer is because they don't put cold milk into your hot drink. Now we can do it at home. Okay, so let's open it and have a look and see what is inside. I wonder where is it made. Is it made in China? No, it's not made in China. Not that it makes any difference nowadays, but it's made in Romania. Okay, so register now. Yes, I'm going to register because you always get a bit of a warranty benefit. Right, so instruction booklets. A quick start guide, which is always helpful with this kind of machine. What is this? Descaler, right, okay, so it comes with a descaler. So in UK our water is hard water, so if you don't look after your machine, that's when things go wrong. UK 3-pin plug. I think it's by law, they can't really sell anything which doesn't have a 3-pin plug nowadays. The machine is quite heavy, so I will try and slide it out instead. Woo! I'll give myself a good cheer. Right. Okay, so 2 styrofoam to keep it intact. Slide them sideways, I think. There's a detachable part here. I see this is kind of a drain tray. Looks like a drain tray. Okay, packaging is good, I have to say. It was a snug fit with the styrofoam, so even if it has been shaken around in transportation, I don't think it will cause any problem. And here's the machine. Should get a tape measure and measure how big it is, but since I'm opening it up from inside the box, just by looking at the ratio of my hand, you can tell what's the size it is. Let's have a look at the front. Let me see from the front. Okay, it's not too ugly to look at. I mean, you got the brand right here, knob. It's a shame though, the knob are kind of made of plastic. I would pretty much prefer to be in metal. They are press buttons. I mean, overall it feels a bit cheap. But as long as it makes a good cup of coffee, I don't really care. At this point, I should really read the instructions, so I'm not going to do anything rash. Top is stainless steel, and it has a piece of plastic to protect the chrome, so it's nice and shiny. You've got a water container box on the side, so this is where you fill it up with water. Power button at the back. The lid is quite long, so once you plug it in, you can move it around on the countertop without much problem. So far so good, nothing to complain apart from, I don't know, maybe just me, but feels a bit plasticky. But like I say, as long as I make a good cup of coffee, everything can be forgiven. Alright, so I read a bit of the instruction, and it's not as straightforward as plug and play. It does need to know the water hardness in your area, so it comes with a test paper, and all you do is you take the test paper out and just dip it in there, and you're supposed to wait for a minute. So it's between level 3 and level 4. Actually, I would say London. It's level 4. And we need to set it up in a minute. So once I power it up, I need to tell the machine what hardness of water that we are using. I rinsed the tank a few times with clean water. And I'm just going to slot that in. So now if all the flashing light is gone, and I'm going to press it for 6 seconds and see if I can set the hardness water function. Yep, there we go. Back to page 15. So level 4 is the big button, so basically this one. So now I told the machine that the water is hard water, and then it should prevent some of the build-up of lime scale in the future, so it doesn't block. I think all it does is it kind of jets out the water faster, maybe, instead of letting it dry up inside. The coffee machine is now in its place in our kitchen. This is where our coffee station is, and this is where our previous machine used to sit. So I'm going to switch it on the very first time. There we go. So I think it's just going through the cleaning cycle. I'm just going to leave it for a few more minutes. Okay, I think that's done. So the two green lights on here is become a solid state. Then that means that it is ready to use. Oh wow, it is quite hot. I haven't used this machine before, but looking at the instruction, it should be quite simple. Coffee beans go in here, and if you do want to use already grind coffee beans, then it goes in here. This part is nothing, it is just decorative purposes, and that's it. Once you choose how big you want, how much water you want in the cup, how much coffee beans that you want to be in each cup of your coffee, then you just press the button and it will start.
Which one is
left cup, yeah.
Yeah. But what setting? How?
Just load it up. It's on number 5, which is standard. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like this.
Yeah, it should roll down.
Enough already.
Mm-hmm. And they say don't use caramelized beans and things.
Oh. This is standard lah, Baza. Everyone uses this anyway. So. Yeah.
Let's hope it doesn't get sticky.
Okay, and then
This cup can.
any cup, I guess. But they say heat the cup, so
Oh, don't use this one. Use my golden cup. At least you know there is a.
If it explodes, I'm out of here.
At least you know this one is heat proof.
should we try the steam? Should we try the steam and see?
Last week they said it was gonna
Steam, you
snow
need to
today.
take the.
Last week they said it was gonna snow
Keep on
today.
it.
I mean yesterday. It's supposed to do that.
That's a bit anticlimactic.
Maybe there's a steam lah. Not yet heat up lah, maybe. Like this the water will finish very soon. But then how are you supposed to steam the milk? Then put all the water to the milk. That's not the steam. That's a hot water maker.
At least you heat up a cup.
Yeah, heat up the cup.
Okay, now just press one. How much?
Which one?
1 cup or 2 cup?
1 cup, huh?
Press the cup.
Which one? This one?
Yep.
2 cups. 1 cup.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's happening!
Is this gonna happen every morning?
Yeah. Ooh, it comes up with water.
This is beans to cup.
Why so light?
They did say it takes about 5 or 6 cups before you get it right, because you need to adjust how much coffee beans come out and how much water in your cup. So those two together will make a difference.
Okay, I see.
So this is your first cup.
But then it's not too bad. Not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a nice creamer on top.
Mm-hmm.
There's a nice sort of nice layer of cream on top. It's pretty good.
Receive. So this is our first cup of coffee. Okay, so here's my attempt of making a cup of cappuccino. So first you wake up the machine. Basically you're going through a kind of a heating cycle until these 2 lights stop flashing. It is not ready, and it will take a couple of minutes. Okay, so now these two stop flashing. It means that this machine is actually ready to go. And it kind of chucks out some water, which rinses out the inside of the tube with hot water, which is a good, I think is a hygiene thing. But at the same time, what I like to do is I use the same cup that I'm going to drink coffee with and put it underneath, because this actually heat up the cup. So on the very cold days, even indoor, if you put hot coffee into a cold cup, then your hot coffee can become cold very quickly. I mean, you don't have to do that. I mean, the cup is nice and warm now. You don't have to do that. You can actually use a normal cup. Sorry, you can always use like normal hot water from the tap. Okay, here we go. Make the coffee. It does smell pretty nice. Can you smell the coffee? That's real good. Let's try and froth up some of the milk. Now this is the first time I'm doing this, so you're actually seeing how I experiment with this machine. I think it can get messy, so we'll see what happens. So steam button. Okay, so the button lights up, that means that it's ready. And then what we do is that is what you're supposed to do. I'm not too sure. I mean, in time I will be more experienced of doing this, so for now you just have to go with my instant logic of using the machine. It's the first time I'm making this, but I'll see that in like movie and coffee shop. Alright, so this is my attempt of making cappuccino. Very nice cup of coffee. Cappuccino. Thank you very much for watching my video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel to help me grow. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video as well. From beans to a nice cup of coffee, it is a lot of investment up front. The machine itself, even on offer, is £270 from Amazon UK, but you can't really beat the aroma and the flavor that you get from these beans into a cup of nice coffee. I mean, we've been drinking a lot of non-branded coffee powder, and then we moved to some of the nicer brand like Kenko powder, but there's just something about these beans If you grind it fresh and you look after them by, airtight container and all that, and once it's grind and make into a cup of coffee from a machine like this, and if you do it correctly by heating the cup, by heating the milk into a nice froth, etc., you do get a better cup of coffee. Now, is it worth it? Who knows? If you enjoy it, do it. You only live once, right? So thank you very much, and I see you next time. Bye bye.